So in a brawl situation, there's going to be two ships that are going to be facing each other. Like there'll be one ship here and there'll be one ship here. And most of the time you'll see people shooting. And they'll try to hit, like if you're aiming right here, you'll try to hit like right around this area. Because you think this is where the citadel is. Or you have people that try to shoot like right here. And the problem with shooting in these exact areas, right here, statistically, these angles of the armor right here are actually at a higher degree than the angle of the armor right here. So if you're at like the angle right about here, you'll get overpins in this area. There's no way you'll get penetration, it'll just fly right through the ship. And then if you try hitting here, if you go up on the angle, you'll see that this angle is heavier, like it's a sharper angle than this angle. So if you're at a certain angle and you're not sure that if you're going to hit the citadel, which is right about here, never shoot this area, always aim for this area right here. And I'll show you guys that right now. So when you see a battleship like this, most people either shoot for right here. That's HE. Give me a second.
Yeah.
It still didn't do anything, so.
See, that's close to you. I wouldn't shoot you there. I'd shoot you at your guns to disable them. Super.
Yeah, but Montana, you don't want to shoot guns. Well, it depends. If we're both stationary, I could see that. But if we're going to pass each other, never shoot the guns.
No, at that point in time, it's a safer bet to go for a superstructure right above.
No, you want to hold your fire and then start rotating your guns immediately. Okay, so at this angle,
if you're that close, I'd be rotating my gun.
Bounces. Perfect. Now, if I'm correct, if I shoot right here, I will get overpins. And wait 20 seconds. See, if you have people that shoot right here, I think that that's going to penetrate. Then they also have people that sometimes shoot the superstructure. That's not going to do enough damage in this situation to worry about something. You have people that shoot the guns, iffy. And you also have people that shoot the very forward bow, which does, it's got a few penetrations, so it's not too bad. But then you also damage saturate the bow, so that's likely to happen. You're not going to do as much damage. Then you actually, in this exact situation, if you're both reversing or if you have a battleship within 2 kilometers, you typically want to shoot right to where the bow is turning in. It will typically be right under the edge of the first turret, which is right here. You should do that.
Confirmed penetration.
Got 2 citadels. So when you're shooting and you have a ship like this, you never aim for, I mean, technically some people I see aim for right here. And in theory, this should bounce. Because this is underneath this is the edge of the first turret. If you go under the edge of the first turret, like most people would under this situation, you should get bounces. Correct. See, when you want to aim right where the bow starts turning in, which is typically at this exact angle, right under the first turret. So you should be able to do it to more angle. Never mind. I'm going to auto bounce. So try aiming right under my first turret. Yeah, I'm auto bounce angles. So right under the first turret, if I move it back just slightly, right at the water line, 1 citadel, 22,000 damage. Now if you're in a brawling situation and you have 2 ships coming at each other, you never want to do that. What you want to do is actually begin turning your turrets before them and actually turn towards them. So like if Chris is moving forward, pretend he is. Oh, there's a Cardona. You want to turn your guns like this. Even though they may disable your first guns, you want to try to be the first one to get a salvo right in this exact spot right here. Like right now, let's just say if I fired it would end the game. But you want to be the first one to fire right under the edge at the back of the first turret. If you fire at that exact position. And, I know a lot of people don't know this, if you're zoomed in like this, a lot of people can't depress their gun far enough. If you cannot depress your gun far enough, you want to zoom out until you get to the very first notch to where you get zoomed in on your guns. If you push C to rotate your guns, but to go to front back. But if you zoom out, like if you zoom in, you can't go down all the way. But if you zoom out, you're able to lower your guns and depress your guns more to where they're almost firing straight into the water like this. So you're able to actually do full penetration damage rather than just overshooting their ship or going through the superstructure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up on this island, and let's say I was in a lockdown position, I was radared the whole game, I was the only one on this side, and there's going to be a cruiser rushing me no matter what. That's what this situation is.
Okay.
Now there's also, most people, like let's say in your situation, I want you to try, rather than trying to damage me, I want you to shoot for my, specifically on the gearing, you want to shoot for the rear torp tube.
Right.
You don't want to shoot for the forward one, you want to shoot for the rear torp tube. On other ships, it's, for most ships, just shoot for the rear torp tube. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be firing a set of torps, and you never fire both set of torps at once. So you fire one set, and you have to wait for them, for those torpedoes to be within about 100 meters of their ship, then you fire another set of torpedoes, and it causes a cross effect. And now let's just say, for some reason I didn't know if you were coming from the north or south. It's also important to have our radio position finder. I can use this to tell the nearest target if they're on the south side or the north side of this island. So as soon as it triggers to this location, I know that he's going to be going around the island. Oh, see? Get my engine boost activated. Use my torpedoes to calculate his speed. Oh, he's staying stationary. Okay. So let's say I'm the only ship on this side, and then you have to rush me to try to progress through this side. What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah, I want you to try to defeat me. You have to push me in order to win this flank.
I'd go bow in at you.
Okay, go ahead. Because if you sit here, there's nothing you can do. You can't get the caps. You can't progress through the game. I'm the one holding off a flank.
I somehow just got it stuck on an invisible.
Yeah, that happens in Polar. It's just an issue that happens. Okay, see now you see he has to rush me. So the first thing I'm gonna do with my engine boost is swing out, torp inside, always torp inside. You didn't aim for my rear torp tubes. Now you launch the torps. Bam.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
See, you hit my front of the ship. If you would have aimed for the rear of the ship and possibly...
I was actually aiming at the rear of the ship. That's the funny part.
That is weird. I wonder what happened there then. Yeah, it's because you hit my bow for some reason.
Yeah, see, yeah, my guns were pointed at the rear of your ship, but, yeah, the shells were weird, because it looked like they went to a left-degree angle, my guns.
Your barrels are somehow, like, invisible in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But whenever someone's rushing you, you never launch both sets of torps at the same time. Never in a destroyer. So what I'm going to do is, let's just say I'm going in to try to cap. and then you're going in to try to counter me because you know a destroyer is coming in. As soon as you see me, I want you to start firing.
Okay.
Let's just say I have to get this cap. Okay, I have to turn around because I see a Wooster's rushing me. Typically, use your radar whenever you normally would. And see, I have this island right here, so I'm able to dodge that. And he's going to try firing at me. So I have he's radaring me, so I might as well fire. Now the thing with the destroyer that most people do is they just wiggle like this. That's typically what they do, is they just go back and forth. What you want to do is swing one side hard after they fire. So let's just say I'm going right here. I'm going to swing hard this direction. Now if he fires again, I'm going to swing hard in the opposite direction. Like this. Now he fired again, swing again. And then you'll be right outside the cap. And then you don't want to keep going back and forth. With every single shot, you want to swing. So let's just say I'm going to open fire again. I want to do some long range. I think I can do some long range dodging. So he's going to try firing on me. He fired. I'm going to swing immediately. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce damage. You can also swing in. A lot of people, it's a very risky maneuver if the cruiser captain knows what he's doing. Like if he fires right now, what I could do is swing in like this. You can also drop speed like that, but I think that might have been a mistake. Nope, it worked out. Okay. So you don't want to keep just maneuvering back and forth. Every single time they fire, you want to swing. So I'm going to fire right now, reset cap. He fired, drop speed, swing hard. Shells are gonna miss. And then also another thing is order humping is also ridiculously broken. It's kind of complicated to explain, but it's broken. Drop speed, you never want to keep going full speed in a destroyer except for the Cobb. The Cobb is the only destroyer you want to keep going full speed in. Now if you're in an unlucky situations where you have to rush something like this and you're going straight at a booster, what you want to do is almost provide a little bit of side. I can't talk. Provide a little bit of side, and then once they fire, turn in like this. That way less shells hit. So let's say I'm firing, I have to rush him, I'm going in. Fire AP at a broadside cruiser. You want to try to be between those shells. Fire at the bow using AP and a destroyer. Very powerful. Right there. And then use your torps. Just normal stuff.
We sank an enemy cruiser.
So a big thing to take away is rather than just constantly moving and like back and forth, is just swing when you're kiting away. Just every single time they fire, swing hard and keep moving in that direction until the shells land. And then if you're going straight in, angle, and then when they fire, turn directly into where your bow in. Now if you're a Cobb and a Hergumo, that's a different story if you're facing a battleship. That's actually much more complicated. So, actually exactly the way you're pointing your guns right now, go back to where they were. That's the way, a little bit more, right there. Oh, you're too far now. Go back a little bit, back, there you go. That's exactly the direction you want to be facing your guns when someone's firing at your turrets. So if I fire at your turrets right now, nothing. Now I'm facing dead on, fire at my turrets. Oh, we both got unlucky. I mean,
Yeah, my RNG. No.
Okay, let's just say we get a little... I'm going to start sailing. You're going backwards. I want to try to ram you because you're the last ship alive or something. So I'm going to try to hit your turrets. Because your turrets are actually angled, and none of those hit your turret. Wow. Okay, so try to hit my turret. I'm facing dead at you. Bam, turret incapacitated. Because I was actually facing straight towards you, it has to go through less armor in order to actually penetrate the turrets. It's kind of the same premise as armor angling in World of Tanks. So you have an angled turret right there. I'm going to try to hit it. Bam. Nothing. And I'm facing straight on. Look at that, you incapacitated another turret.
Main turret critically damaged.
Now let's just say I'm going full speed at you, you're going full reverse. You're going 12 knots or something. Now I'm
12.8.
Yeah. So I'm going full speed. I'm going to try to get a ram on you. We're both around the same health. So I want to keep going forward. And when we actually contact... Wow, that went through. I don't know how that penetrated. But when we both contact, due to the way the speed mechanics work, you should actually live. We'll see if it does. I might be going too fast. But let's just say I'm doing a high speed. Actually, I'm going to drop speed a little bit. Watch what happens when we make contact. Oh, never mind. We're just touching. Well. So, and we're going to make contact. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And look how much more damage I took.
I swung my nose in, by the way.
Yeah, I saw it. But did you see how much more damage I took?
Yep.
You had 44,000 health left. Because you were reversing, it reduced the amount of ram damage taken. Now, even if... the reason why I slowed down a little bit was to emphasize the damage tick. You could see how much more damage I was taking per tick compared to you. If I was going full speed, it would just be one single damage tick, and it would just be me dying.
Huh.
It also works in destroyers. It works really well for the Des Moines when something tries to ram you. So let's play this as if it was a real game. It was me and you, and we're gonna try to win. That's what we're gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna shoot at you though. Just maybe after a couple minutes, but just in case if I do spot you, I won't shoot. Because in practical terms, I really wouldn't have. So the first thing that you're gonna have happen is you're gonna have your planes up in the air immediately, and you're gonna be scanning the caps. Now the first thing I would actually do in this situation, I would slow down, and then I would actually pop smoke here, and then go quarter speed towards the cap. I would speed up, try to get that smoke cloud into the cap without being spotted. Which I'm actually not going to be able to do because this is a smaller map. But for some reason I drifted out of smoke, even though I could have stopped there. Make sure you hit engine boost. And what you want to do is, I'm airplane spotted, the first thing you would do is you always want to turn towards aircraft, this direction. See? Doesn't give him as much time, so he immediately turns that way. He's going to turn around. I'm going to turn off AA, because I feel like I'm going to down all your planes in this ship. Oh crap, the island's in the way. So you have actually an advantage right here because of the islands. Whoa.
That didn't go anywhere where I just aimed.
Yeah, I think that's because of the island mechanic. That's also a thing that destroyers can do, is they can hug islands when they're coming over the thing, and they'll overshoot. So like, you're going to come back around. I'm going to try to turn towards you. Never try to give you an easy shot, because the less time I give you to aim, the bigger your reticle is going to be. So you're coming straight at me, you're going to launch your rockets, less chance of hitting. Now let's just say you have torp bombers. I mean, not torp bombers, dive bombers. Those are more dangerous than rocket planes right now.
Yeah, I actually have dive bomber selected. That's what I always send next.
So for dive bombers, rather than turning towards, you want to try to turn perpendicular to the drop. For the Furious, it's a bit more complicated because they have the bigger drop reticles. So he's coming at me. Eventually. The planes are a bit slower. So, I see him coming towards me. I'm going to try to turn perpendicular to his drop pattern. I might have screwed up. We'll see. See, turn, 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 turn. And in this case even, I'm actually going to slow down. So he has to turn towards me again. And because I turn perpendicular to the drop pattern, it's going to reduce the amount of damage I take. Now if I had AA on, it would actually be making a gigantic difference right now, but learning purposes, that's not happening. Now let's just say you have an island right next to you. Try to dive in towards the island. Carriers don't have a very good job of working with islands right now. So if you're close to an island like this, try to outrun the drop. Ooh, got hit. So he's going to try to do another run. Oh, never mind. That's it. So just always stay perpendicular to the dive bomber drops. It's a bit harder on the British carriers. They have the giant reticles. Are you bringing torp bombers or rockets?
Torps.
Okay. These ones you always want to turn... Well, the Furious is a bit more complicated due to the way the torps arm. For Japanese, you always want to turn towards the torps. For Americans, you typically want to turn towards, but if you have a quick enough destroyer, you turn away. For these ones, they're slower torps, so you can either go straight and actually outrun them, or you can just go straight at them. Just all the time, just go straight at torpedoes. So like right now, he's going to be going towards that island. He actually didn't spot me. Stay close to islands. Now he's turning that way. So you want to turn towards the direction they're going. Like this. He's going to try to do an attack run. Not giving him as much time to aim. Going straight at him. Even turn directly towards them. Like that. And then if you are for some reason caught with them behind you, like this, slow down a little bit. It'll give them less time to aim. And then, yep, just, I might have screwed up. Keep it nice and close. Then, variate speed, come back, accelerate. See, now this one I'm going full speed at, so he has less time. Of course, Chris is not a super experienced captain, so.
Nope.
It's not the best example, but simple example. Now you're bringing rockets. Perfect. So now I see that you're bringing rockets. What I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to try to get close to this island here before your rocket planes get here. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you less chance to actually get time to set up a run. Did you spot me there?
Yep.
Okay. See, now he's turning towards me. Go straight at him. Don't give him any time to aim. With rocket planes in particular, you want to try to give them the least amount of time possible to aim, because if they get your side and then you give them time to aim, it can be a big problem. See, Chris is like, geez, one of these he's one of those destroyers that just you can't ever hit with planes.
Yeah, usually at tier 6 I don't have this big of a problem. Unless it's a very experienced player.
See, now I'm turning straight towards you.
Maschinenboost
Give you less time to aim. Keep turning if they give a straight line like this. Bam.
Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
Then if you have the carrier, I mean, obviously we're just showing how to maneuver. But you want to turn towards, and even in this case, because he's getting so close, you can slow down just a bit, just to throw off the aim. Are your planes returning? Yeah, they are. Oh, here comes the dive bombers. So here comes the planes, they're coming in. Turn perpendicular, reduce the amount of bombs that can hit you. Oh, can you turn off your secondaries?
I can't. Okay, hold on.
Oh, you
How do
actually
I
have to
turn
return
back?
them? That's stupid.
Yeah. You do. You have to return your planes to be able to do anything with your ship, including change direction or steer it or anything.
Going straight at the rocket planes. Because rocket planes in particular, a lot of people have problems with. So it's weird because, like, let's just say I actually turn on my AA, do full AA sectoring, and see if I can do this right. So you want to do is go straight at them, have your strong AA sector pointing towards it, like this. Then at the last second do a swing. Then keep the strong AA sector pointing towards the actual planes, like that. As he's doing his turn, keep the AA firing on it. And this is one of the few times I'm not going to be able to turn quick enough. So he's going to be able to do a good run here probably. Yeah. But make sure you keep the strong AA sector pointing towards it in the hope that you can shoot down a few planes. Oh, here comes the dive bombers. Stay perpendicular. Like this. Maybe turn in a little bit while he's getting ready to drop. Turn out to get full perpendicular spin. There we go. And use engine boost, variate speed. Typically on dive bombers, you just want to try to stay perpendicular as much as possible, so variating speed can be rather hard sometimes. Oh, here comes torp bombers. So for this time, I'm going to try to show what happens when you turn away from British torps. Because they're, actually they're fairly fast, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, they're just short range. So in a destroyer, you're able to do this. Let's say I'm going straight away from them like this. Allows them to stay in your AA sector longer. Then make a quick maneuver. Like that. Then... yes, those torps are just too slow to keep up. Now, for some reason he's got your side, I would always recommend turning in. And then with the AA, of course, you're gonna get a little bit of luck shooting down a few planes. So how you feel, Chris? You feel like you're able to play destroyers against carriers now?
Yeah, I do a better job than I am now.
Go straight at rocket planes. Don't give them a chance. Keep turning in this case because he had a long time to do a run up. Does less damage. Then, let's say for some reason you want to keep going in a particular direction. Like I want to keep going this direction. He's going to do another pass. What I would do is actually go full, keep turning, and then do full stop like this. He's going to overshoot your plane, or ship in that case, and he's going to hopefully do less damage. A lot of ships will not stop. Now I want to keep going in this direction, so now he's in front of me. He's going to try to get on my side. Turn towards it. Do a hard turn. Turn the other direction. Good. Oh, battle's over.